Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my home. My name is Becky. I'm so excited that you're here today. So today is Saturday, and I want to do something fun for myself today. I've been working on Bible school for a while. I have finished that. We actually are going to have to postpone Bible school for a couple of weeks because the carpet guys showed up unexpectedly, and the carpets tore up, and we don't have a safe environment to have Bible school. So Bible school is going to be postponed for a couple of weeks, but I got everything done, and I now want to do a craft for myself. Now, I have been seeing this viral TikTok trend where people go, now let me just say, I know a lot of you probably don't have TikTok, and I don't really do a lot of TikToking either because it's kind of like a rabbit hole. When you start, you can't get out. But I do have a personal one, and I use that for when, Summer and Lily send me little funny videos. So, but I have been seeing this viral trend where people go to the thrift store and they get these old pictures, pictures like from the 80s and the 90s that are kind of outdated now. They may be like a bistro on the outside of Paris, like a building with ivy climbing up the walls, or it may be like a Victorian home with little children playing in the yard. Just outdated photos that people may overlook otherwise. But they're taking these pictures, they're taking the backs off, and they're painting little ghosts on them for Halloween. And this is all me. I'm so on this. So I want to try this viral TikTok. And so I'm going to go to the thrift store, and I'm going to try to find a photograph, or not a photograph, but a painting or picture or print or something that inspires me, and that I can kind of picture little ghosts walking around. So we're going to go to our local thrift store. The one we're going to go to today is it's like a local ministry for Christian recovery from alcohol and substance abuse. So they use the money that they raise to help people go through the rehab process when they're dealing with addiction. So we're gonna go there, see what we can find, and I'll be back in a minute, and hopefully we'll find something. If not, I do have a 75% off coupon to go to the Habitat, but they're on the other end of town. So let's see what we can find at the first thrift store, and we may end up going to two, I don't know, but hopefully we'll find something that inspires us. This first one would have been so cute with the gloomy sky and the autumnal colors with a little ghost sitting up there. Would have been perfect. This one I thought would be neat if the ghosts were sitting in the boats. I've seen them riding bicycles, playing cards, having tea, all kinds of fun things on TikTok. This one, the colors were just a little off. This one would have been perfect, but it was just too big for my mantle. This one was interesting. I thought it would be neat to transform it into a spooky haunted house. These were hand painted, but they just were not speaking to me. I didn't go for those. I loved this one, but I think that was a photograph, so I was scared that the paint wouldn't stick. And then this one would have been another good option. Good choice, something like this. All right, I found two pictures that I want to try out. I've got kind of a simple one, and I've got a more difficult one. So these have not been cleaned off or anything, so I think they've still got a few spider webs on them. Just overlook that. But this is the first one that I found. There's glass in here. We're gonna take the glass out. The back should be pretty easy to remove. And I was thinking of trying to make these flowers a little more fall in color, and then just having a little ghost standing right in front of this door. So I know you've got a reflection here, but just try to picture where I'm coming from here. So we're gonna do this one first and see how it goes. That's the price tag. Now this was $9.99, but I got the other one so cheap because it kind of equaled out to be about $6 a piece between the two. So that's the first one. Let me show you the second one. The second one is going to be a little more involved, but I'm really excited about it. And this one does have spider webs on it. So this one. Now this one was a green tag. It was originally $6.99, and it was 50% off. So between the two, it's $13. So I didn't pay very much for the two of them together. But I would like to take this house and make it a little creepy looking, and then maybe put some ghosts in the yard, maybe some pumpkins. I don't know. I am excited to try this. It's gonna be so much fun. Maybe put some orange leaves in the trees, maybe a little ghost in the window. I thought when I saw this, this was absolutely perfect. Now this is gonna take me some time. I don't know that I'm gonna do this in front of the camera. This may be like a time-lapse thing, but this is gonna be a fun project to work on. So I'm gonna get my paints out and find me a comfortable spot in the living room, turn on a movie, and have some fun. All right, we're gonna take this apart here on the back. This one's pretty easy. A lot of the ones I saw online had like a paper coating, and this one is just really just some staples. So this one should be easy in, easy out, Lord willing. But at the end of the day, if we mess up, it's not a big deal, right? We're just having fun. Okay, I'm gonna leave this on if I can, just in case I end up wanting to hang it. I don't know if I'm gonna hang it or lean it against something. Okay. Let's take this out. And here's our picture. It's just a print, and we'll clean the glass later. I'm just gonna sit this over here. We're also gonna probably repaint that frame. All right, let's take this in our little workspace that we've got set up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, if you can see, I'm going to try to cover anything pink with orange and yellow and brown fall colors. So that's where I'm gonna start. I've got all my colors here. I've got some paint brushes of different sizes, and we're just gonna go to town.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream
So this section right here is kind of like a wisping motion I'm gonna try to copy. So what I did is I just put a little bit of paint here, just like that. And then I actually added another shade of, I put some brown in there too, just to make it kind of blend. And then I'm gonna take my little fan brush here and just wisp it up, being conscious not to go out of this line here because that's where the picture ends. I don't wanna do that. So, and this is a terrible fan brush. I need a better one, but this is all I have. And just gonna clear all that out that I just put in. If I had a smaller brush, it would look better, I think, but it just kind of mixes together and does magic there. So maybe I need some lighter in there. So I'm gonna put some lighter colors in there to just highlight it a little bit. And I'm just gonna mix it all together like that. Okay, here we go, just like that. Next thing I'm gonna do is get a little bit of mustard yellow, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And I'm just going to add just a touch of yellow in here. I know it's kind of hard to see. I want a little bit more. Just to add another color. And I'm just blotting it. I'm not really using any brush strokes. But your picture may be different. Everybody's picture is gonna be their own. So you may have a more crisp picture to have to follow. Like that house is gonna be straight lines, and we're gonna have to be a little more careful with that. But with this is probably the easier way to paint it because it's just, you know, blotches. I'm just blotting the paintbrush, and all the colors are kind of mixed together, so you just kind of have the freedom to do that. I also got a different paintbrush to run those lines a little stiffer. So that's how it's looking so far. This is kind of what it was before, and this is what I'm turning it into. So it really is easy. You can do this, I promise. So far, I'm loving how this is turning out. I've done this side and the top, and then this is originally how it looked. So you can tell the difference in, you know, adding the orange paint. I am loving it, and I can't wait to get my little ghosty up there. Here we go. All right, let's get started on the right side. This little piece right here, I'm gonna show you. It's not a small piece, it's a big piece, and we want it all to blend together. So I put a little bit of orange in there, and then I'm gonna come in with a taupe and blend it in and just dot it, and that way it just looks like, it feels more space than, you know, these right here are easy. The bigger ones are a little more difficult to fill in, so that's what we're doing here.
Hey, I might take it over.
And then the next thing I'm gonna do for these smaller ones is I'm gonna come in with some yellow. I think I've already told you this, but we're gonna just do it again and just go around the edges to give it some more dimension and color. And then finally what I was doing, let me show you real quick, is I'm taking some more of that taupe over here, and then I'm really getting the edges. So it's just adding like a highlight. I guess you could see better here. See these spots here? That's the highlight. So just adds another layer. And then there's a lot of yellow in here. I'm just gonna probably keep that. And you're just dotting, really dabbing, daubing, whatever you want to say. That's it. We're gonna continue. Okay, I'm done with the flowers. There you go, that's how it all looks. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna come here on this little step and maybe come up about there with my little ghost. So this is the exciting part, and the part I'm most nervous about too.
Gonna stay in this moment, gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely, I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh, I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to be chasing every dream that I have. Oh, no. 'Cause the thing is, I've got more love here than I can bear. Ooh. Of all the magic.
Okay, so David and I decided that he needs to still be a little transparent. So I didn't fill him in all the way, but with me and paint, it may end up getting filled in a little later. I need to go a little bit more right there. But I just came in here at the bottom and just went up with the taupe color to give it some dimension, because we don't want it to be flat. We want it to be two-dimensional. So I'm just going to kind of go around, and then I'm going to blend in. I'm going to get some more white on my brush, and I'm going to blend it all in to make him look like he's just kind of floating. But we do want some dimension in there, so I'm going to add some more white. We may end up losing our transparency, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But I wanted him tall and skinny, so he's the perfect shape that I wanted. I'm painting with one hand and holding the phone with the other, so this is kind of difficult. But you can kind of see the process here. There we go. I'm gonna have to add a little more white there. I think I got him a little too brown. I'm gonna come in with some more white and I'll be right back. So I had to do this part off camera because I just had to concentrate. I couldn't get it just right. Couldn't decide exactly how I wanted to do it. But what I ended up doing is doing a light outline of the sheet. And this is probably the most difficult part that I did, but it's not terribly hard, but it's just the most difficult of everything. But I just have a pointy brush here. I got a little bit of water, just a little bit, because this is paper. I don't want to get it too wet. And I just a touch of black, and I just kind of ran it along while turning it to get it as sharp as possible. And then I just kind of ran lightly along the edge of the ghost like that. My brush is dried out, but you kind of get the point. You just kind of go along the outline of the ghost. And this part down here where the sheet drapes, you can do little layers there. But the next thing I'm going to do is put his little eyes in, and then I think we're going to be done. I am so excited how this looks. I love it. It is, you can tell, a little wrinkled there where I had to water down the white. The white does tend to get a little thick. So I had originally wanted him to be transparent, but he was just, it just didn't happen. So I'm gonna let this dry and hope that this flattens out just a little bit. And then I've got the what do you call it, the glass and the frame over there, and we'll put it all together. But while I'm waiting on this to dry, I'm going to start my other picture. It's a little difficult for me to paint with one hand and and show you how to do something with the other. So that other picture is pretty detailed, so I'll add little bits and pieces of footage in there, but I'm probably not going to talk a whole lot. But you kind of get the idea of how to do this. And, you know, if you're not a painter, which I am not a professional painter by any means, I'm not trying to pretend that I am, I would start with something simple like this, something abstract that's not details, doesn't have a lot of details like the house. But this was really easy to do, and it's just, like I said, the hardest part was outlining that ghost, and you don't even have to do that. You don't have to get that detailed. The only thing that I'm wondering if I want to do is come up with some hands. I feel like he's a little straight. I might come back later and give him some arms. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see how comfortable I get by doing the other one. And then if I'm pretty comfortable making the ghost, then I'll come back and maybe give him some arms. But that's almost done. So let's go to the other one. In typical me fashion, I could not leave well enough alone. I felt like it needed arms. So I did this off camera because this actually took me quite a bit of time, because I tweaked it and I've tweaked it and I've tweaked it. So I have it somewhat how I like it right now, and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to put this in the glass and show you what it looks like all together. But I do like the arms better. I struggled a little bit on how to make the arms, because, you know, just making a sheet ghost is one thing, but this is another. So I don't suggest that you do that if you've never done it before, because it did take me quite a bit of time. And then I started on the little house here, and I will say I'm not 100% crazy about it just yet. I'm still working on it. It's reminding me more of a drawing. I darkened the house up a little bit. But I've got a ghost here, I put some leaves in the trees. There's going to be a ghost hanging out of the window, and two ghosts on top of the roof. I also want to darken the sky and put a few bats, maybe some pumpkins in the yard. So it's easier for me to do this off camera. It's just too much, and I have to concentrate. I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time. So we'll come back to this in a little bit, and I'll show you how it's coming along. But for now, this, you know, the ghost is done. The big ghost is done. And I want you to see what it looks like in the frame. So I'm going to put this together real quick and let you see it. So there she is, all finished. And I'm thinking I may put it over the mantle, maybe. I wanted to try to change things up a little bit, so that's probably where it's gonna go. Here's a little close-up, and when you get close, you can see my painting is not perfect. It is a mess. You can tell where I've gone over things a dozen times and touched up and changed up, and from a distance it's okay, but when you get close, you can tell all the problems. But this here came together beautifully, and I love it. So I think it is successful for our first try at the TikTok trend. So I finished the house, and like as I said, you know, it's not my favorite, but it's cute. It's kind of cartoony, which is not really what I was going for. But what I did was I painted everything the same as I did with the other picture, but I came back with a fine tipped marker pen, and I outlined everything, and it was quite time consuming. But it's all done. I added some clouds and some bats. The ghosts are kind of poking out of the corner, and the jack-o'-lanterns, and then I mean, it's cute. It's really cute. So this one already had a mat on it. The mat is kind of blue, which is nothing in my, you know, I don't have any blue in my house, but it's done, and I'm going to put it in the frame, and I'll show you what it looks like in the frame. Here it is in the frame, and hopefully you guys got some inspiration out of these projects. At least one of them inspired you to go out and do something fun like this. Check your thrift stores. I think I might try to do it again if I run across another picture that I like. But this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. This was a fun way to spend a Saturday that we didn't really have anything planned. Here's the other one. I've got it behind me. I'll put them side by side. Tell me which one you like the best. Stay still. Which one do you like the best out of the two? Obviously, this is probably going to be my favorite, but they both turned out really cute, so I'm happy with them, and I had a good time. All right, that's all I have for you for today. I do so much appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time to spend with me and hang out with me and craft with me. Until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.